what this area needs and what Wales needs generally is economic regeneration far more than it needs tackling immigration. So why should people in Wales vote for you when your priorities lie with immigration?
Well, no, the immigration effects are everywhere, aren't they? But they're less of a problem here than they are in the outskirts of London, and I understand that. And what is a particular problem here, of course, is government net zero policy, seeing steelworks closing, seeing people losing real jobs. What is a real problem in parts of Wales like this are people being trapped on benefits. They don't want to be on benefits, but it's not worth their while going back to work because of this terrible system we've got. If you work more than 16 hours a week, you start to lose everything. So what we're talking about for areas like this where average incomes are lower is upping the level at which you start paying tax to £20,000 a year.
Yet a quarter of people here are out of work. What are your plans for getting them back into work, to improving their status of life?
If you're economically inactive, but you look at the options of going back to work and say it's not worth it because you're trapped in the system, then I think our tax proposals are pretty attractive. Make work pay. And in terms of jobs and well-paid jobs, look, we are going to be using steel, we're going to be using things like this for many, many years to come. We should be manufacturing them here, not exporting the production to India and China.
What clout do you have with Tata? I mean, you're talking about Tata here in Port Talbot, but you have no sway with them, do you? And you're promising you're saying the right things, but you have no power to change things.
I did work in that industry for 20 years before politics myself. What I would say is this blind adherence to net zero targets, which seem a good idea in theory, but in practice are very damaging.
Okay. Wouldn't an independent Wales be better for everyone in Wales? I mean, taking back control, isn't that what you stand for? Would you back an independent Wales?
Well, I think there's zero prospect of
But would you back Wales having a say if there was enough support for it?
If there was demand for it, but there isn't.
Yet, some would argue.
I don't think there will be.
Okay, you've rubbished devolution and what it's delivered for Wales. Would you scrap the Senedd, or do you think it's been a valuable thing in principle beyond the parties?
No, I think the idea that you move some of this decision making closer to the people, that was the thought process behind it, and I get it, I understand it fully. I think one of the problems has been that Labour haven't done it very well, but generally, if there's no proper opposition, governments tend to get lazy, and the Conservatives in Wales have been rather like they are around the country, divided and pretty ineffective.